Litty slick this morning. Yeah, let's see. It be the 5th of May. What day is that? Better go look it up. Somebody was really busy and didn't have anything else to do because it's over 14 different things today. National Silence the Shame Day, National Scrapbook Day, National Totally Chipotle Day, National Hoagie Day, National Bombshell Day, National Join Hands Together Day, National Astronaut Day, National Free Comic Book Day, National Cartoonist Day, National Train Day, National Homebrew Day, National Start Seeing Monarch Butterfly Days, and Kentucky Derby Day, and Cinco de Mayo. Always the first Saturday in May, the running of the roses, the Kentucky Derby. Like in Alaska, first Saturday in February is the Fur Rendezvous, and the first Saturday in March is Iditarod. Well, now we're past that, and now it's the first Saturday in May, and we have, you got it, dum da dum da da, Kentucky Derby, my old Kentucky home. Get the mint juleps out. Make sure your hats are on. It'll be a good day for 2 minutes of work. So I'm gonna go walk away with a lot of money. Skill comes from consistent and deliberate practice. Sean Allen. Skill comes from consistent and deliberate action. Now, what do I mean? Baseball players, I see some of them today. Football players, everybody consistently practices and deliberately practices and learn things, but what about you? In my case, I have to practice and learn how not to be blind every day so I know where to find things. So I know, like here, I reach out here and find my ashtray, that I have put my cup in the right place in front of me, that I can even find my mouth with it. Don Pablo in the morning. Good way to start with a cigar. I have to know where I laid my phone. I have to remember which lighter is where and where I left it. I have to come up here and go, uh-oh, I just knocked something over. What was that? Oh, that was butane. I have to practice not being blind. I have to practice to know where it is. You know, it's one thing to use this kind of a cutter. I can't screw up too bad. It's another thing to practice with this cutter. Yeah, and screw up real bad. So I have to practice and know. Then I got one that will dwarf you. That'll do a 90 ring gauge. You don't think you got to practice with that puppy? So you got to do things with deliberateness and consistency all the time. Like when I take off this hat, where does it go on the hat rack? Where did I take it from? Everything in its place and every place in its thing. So that you know how and where to do something. Practice makes perfect. Well, it's consistent and deliberate practice that will perfect what you're doing. Doesn't make it perfect, will perfect what you're doing. Your skill, your ambition. So think about it. Hey, you know, being Cinco de Mayo, I've been thinking about some things, and I actually went out to Smokin' Joe's shop yesterday here in Phoenix, Smokin' Joe's Cigar Lounge. Buddy Bill up there. Tuesday night, he's got an event for Matilde Cigars. Now, I smoke hundreds of cigars. I read about hundreds of cigars. Never heard of them. Never heard of Matilde Cigars. Believe it or not, that is a Matilde Quadrata, or Quadrata, however you want to pronounce it. Quadrata. All right. This is the second one I've had. And I can tell you, I wish I'd have found these sooner. It is a torpedo, but it has a wrapper of Ecuadorian Habano. The binder is from Dominican Republic. The filler is Dominican Republic and Nicaraguan long fill mix. It is about a 75-80 on the 0 to 100, medium to mild to full range. It has an odd nuttiness to it. It has really got some, for the strongness of this cigar, is not overbearing. It is very, very nutty, likable. Not like a handful of peanuts, more like not even hazelnut, which I don't enjoy, and this I really enjoy. I would say like a coconut, not coconut, coca nut, or a piece of nutmeg, but it doesn't have the extra spice to it. Just the nutty wood, almost like a chestnut, but not that sweet. And so, you know, it's one of those things that I would say is a phenomenal thing to get up here and smoke and get at. Really do. And if you haven't tried these, well, here's a chance. Because they have a full body. They have one called Serena, which has a blue label on it for all you non-visually impaired. The Serena has a very mild sweetness to it, but not a sugary sweetness to it. Then there is the Quadra. Then there is the Ascaro, which I would put up at the 98, 99 for full body scale. Had 3 of those yesterday. They are just awesome. Espresso and cocoa to burn, baby. Awesome. And then there's one called the, I'm not quite sure. I've heard 2 pronunciations on it, and my pronunciation says it's Rancer, whatever. Renacer. Earthy and coffee till your cows come home. So, got to get out there. Tuesday night, Smokin' Joe's has an event with Melinda Cigars. Or Matilde Cigars, I'm sorry, Matilda. And it's Matilde, not the A from Australia. This is Matilda with an E. Anyway, it is an awesome cigar. Like I said, if I had found them sooner, I would have been smoking them sooner. They say that it actually was called La Matilde in 1876. But I tell you what, it's an awesome cigar, no matter what you call it. It's a cigar to be proud of. You guys outdid yourselves. It is awesome. So, if you see that one, the Serena, you see that one, the Quadra, or Quadrata, however you want to pronounce it. There's a gold and silver one. Yeah. And then the green one. The green label is the Ascaro. I would put it up as a double, even stronger than a double, triple Maduro. It is awesome with that Ascaro. Full flavor. Just, Anyway, I ramble on because I found a cigar that I hadn't smoked, hadn't knew anything about, and that's what it's all about. Consistent practice and deliberate practice of finding new things and finding new cigars and putting them where people can find them and then educating you all about them. Now, Sammy, my good friend driver and hey you man who went out there with me yesterday, fell in love with Matilde too. Mike and Paulie came by. I'm sorry. Mike and Paul came by and I introduced them to it and they fell in love with it. So if you're going to the event, the four of us are going to be there. So if you want to try the Matildas before we get there and buy them all out, you better get there early. The blind guy said so. Tuesday, Smokin' Joe's in Cave Creek, Arizona for the Matilde Cigar event. Be there. Get off my channel. Just when you feel like a nut. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. But when you do, the Matilde Quadrata. Go try it. Then if you feel like a nice wake me up, shake my toes down, and make me feel awesome cigar, try their Ascaro. And if you just want to sit back and have a good creamy smoke with a light cup of coffee, yeah, Serena. Oh yeah, curl up with Serena. In the meantime, smoke what you like what you smoke, and above all, kick some ash.